Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
I think the pandemic created a lot of walking wounded. Like every other industry, we're losing workers at all levels. So everyone from sort of the entry-level receptionist all the way to, like, say, a medical director or a CFO or a CEO. So there's a lot of turnover in our sector. And I think there's a perfect storm brewing for us because the ones who remain are holding a lot. They're doing 3 jobs, right? And demand hasn't necessarily decreased post-pandemic, right? And we say this, we're not out of the pandemic because there are a lot of residual issues. Just because we don't have COVID testing stations on every corner and food security, food delivery service lines happening, at Waipio Soccer Park, like we did in the beginning. Just because we're not kind of in that crisis or immediate rapid response mode doesn't mean that the issues related to the pandemic have gone away. And in fact, I feel like the mental health issues are way worse. And it's something
Than during the pandemic?
Then I think it's a little more insidious. Let's put it that way, in that
Or more hidden? Or
more
what do you mean
hidden.
insidious?
I think everyone is holding some kind of mental health freak out.
Mm-hmm.
All of us, right? At some level. And I think about those poor kids, class of 2020, right? Who didn't get their proms and didn't get their graduation. And
My
then,
son
right,
is 21.
21, right? That in some ways it was even worse because the
Lose your senior
entire
year and so on.
was online, right? Whereas, not to compare, but 2020, they had something, right? In person until that moment, right? March 2020. But then those kids had to go on to other ways of existing, right? Whether they went to college, whether they stayed at home, whether they found a job. And the mental health issues that we're seeing in that kind of age group is just phenomenal, right? And then these kids are expected to graduate and from college and then get on and matriculate and get a job and contribute to society. And they've had these critical moments where they were supposed to be socially developing in some certain way. They were robbed of that, right? And they're now expected to be managers or something, right? And we just see so much anxiety and stress around what it is they're supposed to do and be, and this sort of post-pandemic expectation of everyone sort of gets back to normal. What's normal anymore, right?
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.